Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 11th. This week, you start off with the Nine of Clubs. Very good card. All about success, more success coming your way. And even if we look at the other cards that you have here, it looks like it's going to be a rather successful week. Pretty much work focused, I would have to say, for you for right now. Maybe some spirituality in there and a little bit of love at the end of the reading here. But this card is also can be a good love card, but it's mostly for those people who have already made a commitment. So you're already in love with somebody and committed. So married, engaged, or living together at the very least. And it pretty much only has to do with those people, to be honest. So if you're one of those people, this is a good card for like communication and planning things out and even fixing any issues. Like, if you have any issues in your relationship with whoever you're with, this is a great week to communicate all those things about those things, because this card says that the communications will go positively. There won't be any negativity, and there won't be any risk of kind of like upsetting people if you're worried about that. Some people just aren't really necessarily worried about that, but if you are, it's a good week to communicate about all those things. Also a great week to communicate with like bosses and higher ups. And if you are the boss, well, it's a great week to communicate with yourself when it comes to work and really trying to figure out what you need to do to possibly be more successful at work, make more money, or any changes you need to make. Or this can also be you deciding that you're doing some things that just really aren't actually beneficial at all, especially for those of you that own a business. Maybe you realize like, hey, I'm taking all this time to do whatever in my business, but really there's like no return on me doing that. So maybe you decide to cut some pieces out as well with this card. Next, you have the Two of Diamonds. This is you possibly matching up perfectly with somebody at work. So there's definitely like an element of love this week coming in. I would say like the very beginnings of love for some of you, for those of you that are looking and single. But this can also be you matching up perfectly with a job. So if you don't have a job and you've been looking, this could be you getting a job that makes you really happy. And it can also be you matching up with like a business partner. So if somebody comes in as a business partner this week, this is a really good card for that as well. Next, you have the Ten of Spades. Again, looking at some things that no longer serve you, really. This is a card of definitely eliminating some things that really don't help you out anymore at all. So a lot of you might be stuck doing some things in your work or in your job or even in your relationships. Maybe you're doing having some old habits or doing some old things that you think are helping or you think are actually having a benefit, but really when you examine whatever it is that you're doing, like it doesn't have any effect on anything at all. So this is you like deciding to move past a lot of those things and let those things go, which is good. Kind of gets rid of the the junk and the extra stuff that we don't have to do. Next, you have the Five of Diamonds, which is another really great card. Very good work week. Like I said, this card's really good for starting new things, starting new projects, even if you don't work. This is good for even starting projects at home-based projects and things like that. Doesn't even have to do with money. It could just be you like building something at home or fixing a room or cleaning a room or something along those lines. But it's really good for starting projects, and it is good. It does have like money overtones, so I'd say that any of you that are in business, this is very good for business, very good for getting new business, getting new customers, new clients, anything like that. It's also good for those of you that are involved in any legal issues involving a settlement. Like if you are involved in some sort of legal battle that involves getting some sort of settlement, this is a good card. It doesn't like symbolize the ending of that situation, but it does sometimes symbolize like good news coming in that type of situation that you might be involved in, some better news or some interesting news or something along those lines that would benefit you. And finally, you have the Two of Hearts. So really good love card. Like I said, there's a lot of good love, especially if you're in a relationship, good for communications. If you're not in a relationship, this could be a perfect relationship coming in that makes you really happy. So keep your eyes open for that as well. But it looks like a really nice week. Definitely a hard-working week, I would say. Probably really focused on work this week. So thank you for watching and enjoy the week.